By now, Lucifer would be wondering why she hadn't reported in with her status. Soon, she had to send word to of her progress, or he'd grow suspicious. Her master knew her weaknesses. Even now, he might be watching her, holding little Damon, the scene projected on the molten walls of his lair. More, she pressed more bread into Damon's outstretched hands. His baby fragrance drifted to her. Babies mystified her. She knew little about them and wasn't interested in learning more. Yet, there was an innocence about them, a goodness that she'd never really noticed before. Perhaps you were not capable of noticing. Glancing around to make sure no one was watching, least of all Lucifer. She touched her lips to the top of little Damon's head, her favorite spot. Soft, warm skin, silken coils. Her hands drifted lower, down to the baby's fragile back, so easily snapped. No, gasping, she snatched back her hand. Assassinating the babe ensured her master's future. Letting it live assured her master's end. Kill or spare the child. Each of her potential actions contradicts the other. She'd seen people tortured on the rack during the Middle Ages, pulled apart by opposing forces, torn between good and evil, between conscience and duty. She decided the rack could not have been worse than this. Tiny fingers landed on her cheek, turning her head to bring her eye to eye with the child she was supposed to kill. Those grey-blue eyes searched hers, deeply, with disarming intensity. Swallowing, she turned her eyes away, lest the little one see her purpose and her true nature. The boy's sticky hand pressed on her chin, forcing her to gaze back at him. A year-old babe, imposing his will on an ancient demon. No wonder her lord wanted the child dead. She, good? The child said, good she. Choked with guilt, she hugged him close, burying her nose in that pile of coils. You know I'm not good, she whispered. I'm a monster, but I can't do it. Yet, you are safe. For now. The only certainty was her demise. No matter what her decision, it would bring about the end of her existence. Birdie, she lifted her hand at little demon's cry. With the child cradling close, she turned around. A raven had landed in one of the surrounding trees. Even without her demon powers, she sensed something amiss in its presence. Was it Lucifer's minion, here to check on her? Or was she just being paranoid, hindered by her new human-like weakness? More birdies. Several other ravens flew into the tree, ruffling their shiny black feathers as they settled in to watch her. Their small, obsidian eyes followed her every step. The sound of more approaching ravens came from behind her. A pinpoint of red glowed in their eyes now. Sub-demons. Her pulse quickened. Don't act afraid. Lucifer will sense it. Shadows flew around them, swooping uncomfortably close. She glanced wildly in the direction of the house. The more mortals to stand against sub-demons, the better the chances of success. Even Lucifer accepted that. It was why he sent the inferior creatures in large numbers. She opened her mouth to call for help, and stopped before she uttered a cry. To call attention to the sudden interest of the sub-demons in her and the babe was to risk rising suspicion as to what she was and why she was here. She could and would handle this on her own. She kept her voice calm. Shall we go inside, little demon? I will feed you one of your mother's brownies. A confection Shay had quickly become addicted to. She was happy to say. She deposited the babe in the stroller and gave the contraption a shove. It might not be a chariot, but she would steer it like one if she had to. The ravens called, as if calling her back. Speak with us. The command rang in her head. She ignored them. The Dark Lord wanted an answer. Shove it up your asses, she muttered. Asses? The babe repeated. I will complete this mission in my own time. She sneered at the demons. I will not be rushed. Do you hear? Tell your master to leave me be, or the trust I have gained with the family will be for naught. She jogged away from the pond, pushing the stroller along the dead path. Don't say asses, she told the babe. It's not a nice word. The cottage came into sight. Seeing it, she almost sobbed with relief. Then a deep threatening growl brought her to a halt. Damon and Harmony kept several goats. One of them stood in the middle of the path ahead. Its eyes were unnaturally bright red. It should have been calling Ma. Instead, it was growling like a wolf, its lips drawn back over yellow fangs. Little Damon pawed. Bad doggy. Shay grabbed a fallen stick and turned to face the new sub-demon. Go, I gave you my answer. Go now. With a breathtaking purpose, it clawed at the dead with a cloven hoof and advanced on them. Shay stood between the stroller and the creature. It would have to kill her or at least hurt her badly to get past. She didn't want to think about it right now. Keep positive, she told herself, in disgustingly optimistic mortal fashion, as she held the stick out in front of her. Without power, it was all about appearance, she realized. She put all the menace she could mutter in her face and body and assumed the stance of a warrior. The goat leaped. She raised the stick, gladiator style. A loud pop tore through the silence. A second later, the goat was lying still on the path, many feet from the reach of her stick. How? Several smaller pops followed. Dark feathers and silver pellets rained down. One by one, the ravens disappeared from the trees. Then, like a vision of vengeance, Quel Laredo strode out of the woods, a weapon in each hand. Hello, Angel, he said. We're gonna have to talk about the company you keep. My, aren't we the center of attention? Quail said as he sauntered towards Shay. She stared at him, her lips parted in surprise, the stick still gripped in her fist. This time, there was more tenderness in her gaze than heat, more apology than anger. For a second, he thought she would run headlong into his arms. A kiss of gratitude, with the promise of more to come, would hit the spot. No such luck. He knew what he looked like. His narrowed, mistrustful eyes and guarded expression kept her rooted to the path. Any reason I should know about for why there are suddenly so many sub-demons, Miss Demon? The town's been clear of them for months. I don't know. You are the demon hunter, not me. Any prior experience with demons? That's irrelevant. I don't think so. If you feel the need to interrogate me, call the sheriff and make it official. She looked him square in the eyes when they spoke, and she spoke what was on her mind, holding nothing back. She seemed afraid at times, just like Harmony said she was, but not afraid of him. Not one freaking bit. She held her ground, didn't let him intimidate her. It had him aching to get her into bed. to see how she looked at him then, to see if she maintained eye contact when he made her come, when he made her beg for more. Yeah, that'd be something. She reached for the child, lifting him out of the stroller. Her voice lost its edge. "Thank you for saving us." "That's what they pay me for, ma'am." His hunter senses were turned on so damn high that he could feel the surge of heat in her body as he took another step closer. Longing and hunger flashed in her eyes. Her scent washed all around him. It was a freaking aphrodisiac. "Stop it," she whispered. "Ma'am, the way you look at me, it drives me crazy." "Nice to hear it's mutual." "Shay, Damon Jr." The boys squealed at the sight of Damon and Harmony jogging towards them. "Mama! Papa!" The Reverend's reaction in obvious terror, seeing the dead goats, the fallen ravens, and scattered feathers. "Subdemons?" "Aye," Damon said, grim. His wife gently took the boy from Shay. "You okay, honey?" Harmony murmured to Shay. "Fine." Her voice was overly pecky. A sigh of guilt, but she'd done nothing to warrant it. It added to the mystery Quail was determined to figure out. Miss Damon was no mere observer, Quail told them. "She was fighting them back with a stick when I got here, defending your little boy." His compliments drew praise from Harmony and Damon, yet seemed to make Shay uneasy. In fact, her obvious embarrassment told him she'd prefer the topic to go away completely. "Why?" Damon's held hands fell on Quail's shoulder. "You protected my son, both of you," the former demon said, his voice deep with emotion, with accent thicker. "You have my loyalty and my gratitude." He gave Quail's shoulder a hearty squeeze before turning back towards the cottage with his wife. "Would you like a second chance at those brownies, Mr. Laredo?" Harmony called over her shoulder. "No, thanks, Reverend." He wanted a second chance at Shay Damon. She started to follow the couple. Quail cleared his throat. She stopped, glancing over her shoulder. "Woman, you ought to take credit where credit is due. You did a damn fine job with those subdemons. The credit is yours. You killed them. You are no coward. That's something to be proud of, not ashamed of." She sighed in exasperation. "I don't want to talk about it." She started walking away. "You want to get a drink?" She halted. "What?" "A drink, on me. At Nightcaps, the bar on Main." The breeze tossed her curls and the hem of her soft skirt. Her silence made him feel like an idiot for asking her out. Since when had he ever cared whether a woman took him up on an invitation or not? When they said no, he'd call it their loss. Hell, usually he wasn't ever doing the asking. He didn't need to. Women were buying him the drinks, not the other way round. That's not how he wanted it with Shay. Suddenly, it became pretty damn important that she said yes. "When's your night off?" he persisted. "Tomorrow. I'm off at 6. 6 until dawn." He lifted a brow, waiting. As much expectancy as reluctance filled the new silence. Maybe she was in as much doubts about him as she was her. He didn't blame her. "Nightcaps," she said finally. "Tomorrow, 6 o'clock. He touched a hand to the brim of his hat. "Yes, ma'am. 6 works." The until dawn, he figured, was still negotiable. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share our stories.